Mutoon wants to create the assassin meta again, so old or squishy junglers can have a chance again. Less armor and more damage for items and emblems. And do you know who never had problems with armor? This small guy. No, really, he is like 3 feet or something. He deletes your armor and bursts you down in an instant. Dyrroth is one of the most popular heroes in ML. He is the dream character for solo players. High lifesteal, 2 dashes, burst, and an uninterruptible ult. And he is hot. All this comes to the cost of a sad backstory. What is his backstory? Well, simplified, he gets kidnapped by a demon and raised to kill his real family. Tamus and Alice raised him in the abyss, and I need to say, if I were raised by her, I wouldn't mind either. When we look at him for a moment, he reminds me of Frieza. He also has some more similarities. They both are around 5 feet 2, both are pale and purple. Their traits are the same, being narcissistic, tyrannical and bloodthirsty. Both hating weak people, and most important part,
I call my tail Rodney.
Dyrroth is probably one of the strongest early game hero or villain I have seen in both as an XP laner or in jungle. He attacks the enemy with half health, and when he's done with you, he comes out with more health than before. How? Well, thanks to his passive. But before this, did you know that not even 10% of you watching are subscribed? So like, subscribe and enjoy the rest of the video. Bye. Wrath of the Abyss. Dyrroth can charge up his rage bar by attacking everything that is still alive. He can spend half of his rage bar to enhance his first and second ability, to deal even more damage and giving one more buff or debuff to the enemy. Also, after 2 basic attacks, his third attack does a spinning attack that does 130% of your total physical damage. And that's not all, he also heals 100% of the actual damage. And I'm not finished yet. Every time he hits his enhanced basic attack, his first and second skill get a 1 second cooldown reduction. Basically, he is meant to fight and trade health, because he can just heal himself up by attacking creeps like your mom and filling up his rage bar to burst you on the second encounter. Burst Strike is probably his weakest ability in this kit, but has good utility. He throws his Abyss friendship bracelets in a straight line, spinning 3 times. It also slows them for 25% for 1.5 seconds. It also does less damage when you hit your enemy with more than 1 bracelet. In the enhanced version, it's more sticky and longer, just like mine. It slows and does good damage up close. It makes it more easy to hit your ultimate, which I can understand why, but we get there. His second ability, Spectral Step, is probably the one you want to unlock first, for range and burst to get an early kill. He can dash 2 times with this ability. The first one can be aimed in every direction and stops when he elbow drops his next victim. His second dash is tracking, so you can't dodge it. Also, it does massive damage with 345 plus 120% of his extra physical, and it's reducing the enemy's armor by 50% for 4 whole seconds. 4 seconds is very long for a MOBA. You could kidnap a child, raising it and telling them to abandon him, giving him back to the original parent and let him kill all of his parents, friends and siblings. And hence, he deals 150% of the original damage and the armor reduction is now 75%. That is insane. That turns the damage from cutting your finger with a sharp knife to getting your skin peeled off alive by Brown Bear. Let's say you have 100 armor. With the enhanced second ability, he will take 75 armor from you, and when he builds another Hunter Strike, you will be left with only 10 armor and a piece of soap.
Pick it up.
In comparison, Saber's passive, Enemy's Bane, can reduce the enemy's armor by 40 points, with Hunter Strike a total of 55 points. And that's in the late game. This is his bread and butter. The Sicilian to the Camella, the Chinese kid to the Timo factory. Get used to getting bent over the table kids. Because of his passive, he can do it again in 3 seconds. But if you want to multi-kill AoE burst, you can't forget about his ultimate, Abyssum Strike. For a short moment, he charges his huge friendship bracelets and strikes in a straight direction, and he can't be interrupted, dealing 650 up to 1250 plus 250% off his extra physical and 20% of your lost HP, slowing them for a short time. His ultimate does a Honda Civic kind of damage. You should use it when the enemy is low, but you can also use it when you need fast burst because the base damage is also very high. He is really meant to fight, and when in a one-on-one he is almost unbeatable in early and mid game. In a 2v1 it's still easy, but everything above will be a little bit more difficult because he's really meant to fight one-on-one. Sure, he has the AoE to hit multiple opponents, but he gets caught in a CC chain and it's over for him. That's why you need to buy defense items in late game if the enemy has just too much CC, because it's harder to burst multiple opponents in late game without getting bent over yourself. Dyrroth is very strong in early game, but only okay in late game. He lost the chaos in team fights and when the enemy marksman is split pushing alone. But in late game, everybody hangs out in the middle lane like there's a BTS concert. Also, his damage and heal falls a bit off. You need to end the game fast or snowball, which is pretty easy with him. But that's probably why he is so popular. In solo queue, he has everything a player wants: damage, mobility, heal, and he looks like a lead singer of a band called Tales of the Abyss. Dyrroth is very impressive and it's very easy to get a lead with him. He can carry the game on his own, just like his father. The only downside in my opinion is his skins. Why do you make him so weird ugly? Thanks for watching this episode of What's the Deal With. If you like it, please like, subscribe and comment what you think of Dyrroth and who do you want to see next. That's it. Bye.